Mr. Rambabu, our special guest of honor, Dhannu Rajwani and audience. My love and greetings to all. I'm Neelu Hasamal from beautiful island Mauritius. And it's today a great honor for Mauritius that Mr. Rambabu has chosen all the Mauritian speaker to conduct the meeting number 498. And as you might have noticed that Mr. Rambabu in his flyer written that heaven was copied after Mauritius. And let me give you one good news that WHO has just announced that there are 7 countries in the world air is so healthy and pure. And you will be glad to know that Mauritius is one of them. Such an honor there also for Mauritius. I mean. So this meeting will always remain close to our, especially we all Mauritian, I mean. And as we all know that our guest speaker today, her topic is what makes you life 100%. And we all know that she is shining star and we are going to learn from her. And without further delay, I would like, please help me in welcoming our youngest speaker, Pari. She is very, very intelligent. I have seen her speaking. So she is going, it's an honor for her to introduce our coach, Dhannu Rajwani. Please help me in welcoming Pari.
Thank you everyone for such a wonderful welcome and greetings to you all. Today, I have the honor to introduce somebody very special, our guest speaker for today's session who will be enlightening us upon what makes life 100%. She is none other than my mentor and an incredible and eloquent speaker all the way from Mauritius, Coach Dhannu Rajwani ma'am. She is the founder of a Gavel Club and a Toastmasters Club called A Speakers Toastmasters Club here in Mauritius. She is a proud sharEverian and has been associated with the foundation for over 3 years, contributing immensely to the service sector and the charity work. She is a skilled grammarian and experienced coach who has conducted numerous sessions on speaking grammatically correct English. So Coach Dhannu Rajwani, you are a true source of inspiration for each and every one of us. And I'm so excited to hear about your take on what makes life 100%. I am really looking forward to the session. The virtual stage is yours. Over to you.
Good evening, greetings, and bonsoir. Dhannu Rajwani has brought up a topic for each and everyone to discuss on, to chew on, to think about. Before I move further, I would like to thank you all for the introduction that you have done for me. Everybody's happy to hear good things about themselves, and I'm happy to hear good things about myself today. Thank you all so much about that. Our topic today is, what is it that makes your life 100%? Do you believe your life is 100% question mark? What is it? Can you elaborate, anyone, on that?
I think 100% as I planned.
As you planned, okay. And does it move that way?
Big question mark.
Question mark again. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Right?
I think, yes, if you take care of it, and like Mr. Gautam Pal said, if you really plan it, there's times life is at its 100%.
I can share, but then I'm your daughter, so I got an inheritance to have a very positive attitude and a living life 100%. So even if I was at a very low in my life, I could rise up, no problem, because I already had this attitude of going to my goals, always accepting, rejecting what I don't want, going after what I want. So yes, you can live your life 100% because I know I am today.
It's not only today that we live life 100%. It has to be living life 100% every day of the year, every month of the year, every week, every hour of the day. This is what is called living life. How does one live life 100%? What is it that makes your life 100%? Now, I would like to show you just one flash on the screen. This. I'm sure you all recognize what this is. This is an iceberg, right? Now, from the iceberg, what do we see? This iceberg can be related to the human phenomena. And this can very well explain how we can make our lives 100%. Of the iceberg, we see just about a mere 10%, right? The balance of the iceberg, the rest of the iceberg is below sea level, 90% of it, and it is invisible to the naked eye. This applies to our human beings as well. What we see of an individual and what goes on deep inside is like the difference between the sun and the moon. What we do see is the 10% of the knowledge and the skills the person has. The 90% that comprises the attitude is way below sea level. It is what is inside of us that counts. It is this thing that inside of us that makes us go up in life. It is our attitude. And our attitude is what does the altitude of your life. That is what raises your altitude in life, not your aptitude. It is your attitude that sends you way, way, way up as far as you can go. And it is this attitude that makes your life 100%. William James of Harvard University once said, "The greatest discovery of my generation is you alter your attitude of mind. You live your life 100%. There is no down, there is no stress, there's nothing. It's just a great attitude which leads to a great life." Attitude is the most important word of the English language. It applies to every sphere of life, including one's personal and professional life. Be a good executive without the right attitude? No. Can a student be a good student without the right attitude? A parent, a teacher, an employer, a salesman, an employee be good in their respective fields, in their respective roles without a good attitude? Not possible. This great attitude that you can have if you want is the foundation of every success, regardless of the chosen field of your success. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, you can be a homemaker. You can be a successful homemaker with the right attitude. You can be a successful CEO, a successful leader with the right attitude. The longer I have lived, the more I have realized the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It is more important than the past, more important than money, education, circumstances, failures, success, than what other people think, what other people do. It is more important than skills, appearance, gifts, anything and everything. It is the remarkable thing about this attitude is that we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace that day. Every day the choice is there, is for you to take. And I am convinced that life is just 10% of what happens to me and 90% of the way I react to it. You, each one of us is in control of our attitude. We are in control of the way we react to what happens to us. And it is this reaction that is going to help you either go up or stay where you are, or maybe go down into the depths of depression. You might ask, how is this possible? How is it possible that attitude is responsible for everything in our life? Well, here the 90-10 principle will come to your rescue. The 90-10 principle is, again, 10% of what you know, your knowledge, your skills and everything. 90% is your reaction to the circumstances, to what happens in life. Life is not just party and pleasure. It is also pain and despair. Unthinkable things can happen. Circumstances can go wrong. Everything sometimes goes upside down. The whole world seems to be crashing around you. Sometimes, however, things are beyond our control, such as birth defects, physical disabilities. We cannot choose our parents or the circumstances of our birth. So, if the ball is bounced that way, what do? Sit and cry? Or take the ball and run, move forward? That is a choice we make. We choose our attitude. We choose to be a victor or a victim. That choice is up to us entirely. Nobody else is going to tell you you're a victim or you're a victor. No one. You have to make that decision for yourself. Are you ready to make that decision? Victor? Yes. Victim? No. Attitude, again, comes into play over here. Now, a little short story about attitude and the different ways people perceive things. A friend of mine and I, we were walking along a road one day and we came across 3 men laying bricks. And I asked the first person, what are you doing? He says, I'm making a living. The second person says, don't you see? I'm laying bricks. The third person said, I'm building a beautiful monument. 3 people, 3 different answers, so totally different. The question is, did they have different attitudes? And would their attitude affect their performance? For me, the answer is a clear yes. Ability is what you are capable of doing. Motivation determines what you do. Attitude determines how well you do it. Success is not an accident. It is the result of our attitude, and our attitude is once again a choice we make. Attitude is a little thing, it's very small, a small word. It makes a big difference in our lives. Do you all agree with attitude being a small word, but making a huge difference in people's lives? Anyone has anything to say on that before we move on?
Definitely, as attitude is our altitude. So to raise our altitude, we have to go through our attitude. If we have good attitude, good means whatever you feel happy, whatever whatever you feel happy to the society.
Okay.
That is our attitude. If you have good attitude, your altitude also so high.
Very good.
Yes, ma'am. If we have positive attitude, so obviously we think always positive, and whichever the goal we have set in our life, so obviously we move towards our goal, and finally we get success. But we must have positive attitudes.
Okay. Let's look at the people who have never ever adopted the victim attitude. They've always adopted the victor attitude in spite of all their failures. Let's put it as failures for a beginning. There was this man who failed at his business at the age of 21. He was defeated in a legislative race at the age of 22. He failed again at business at the age of 24. He overcame the death of his sweetheart at the age of 26. He was a nervous wreck at 27, lost the congressional race at 34, lost the senatorial race at 45, failed in an attempt to become the vice president at 47. However, he lost another senatorial race at 49. However, he went on to be elected as the President of the United States of America at the age of 52. Any guess who this man was? Abraham Lincoln. If anybody said Abraham Lincoln, you're very right. He adopted, as we can clearly see, the attitude of victor. Each time learning from his, I won't say failures, what he did not succeed at. It was not a failure. He looked at it as a learning process. Each time learning from it. Now, apart from Abraham Lincoln, we have Lee DeForest, the Wright brothers, Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders started his career, his success story at the age of 69. And Colonel Sanders did what he knew best. At the age of 69, he started that, and that was Kentucky Fried Chicken, which is a household name today. A worldwide household name, not only in America, it's a worldwide household name. And that young man was Colonel Sanders, who went through stage after stage, failure after failure, never giving up, was down to a penniless state, but never giving up to become Colonel Sanders of the Kentucky Fried Chicken, which is so famous in today's times. Thomas Edison. We all know Thomas Edison. He said he had 9,099 times to learn how to get the light bulb going. How about cartoonist Walt Disney? Another one. His story started at the age of 17. He had nowhere to stay. He didn't have anything to do, not a cent in his pocket. He approached the church pastor to give him a place to stay. The church pastor gave him a small little room in an outhouse building that was so mice infested. Did you think Walt Disney left over there? No. He didn't leave everything and walk out. He stayed there. He made friends with all the mice over there. And from there, he grew. He grew as a cartoonist. He grew as what we know today, Disneyland, Tom and Jerry, everything that is humorous, is funny, is coming from him. And Walt is the Disneyland, is the result of cartoonist Walt Disney. He was the one who started it. And he started with nothing, but he never ever entertained the victim attitude. It was always the victor attitude, always. You get Henry Ford. His cars are the rage of today. Beethoven, his music. At one point of time, Beethoven was sitting incognito, anonymous, outside the railway station in London. People were coming and going, coming and going. A stray person would drop a coin into his bowl, and he was playing, but nobody paid any attention. One child heard it and told his mother, "That's Beethoven." The mother didn't listen, dragged the child along. To go where? They were going to listen to Beethoven in the big concert halls, paying big money for that. And they did not recognize the person, Beethoven, sitting on the road. This was just kind of to see how much the people knew him. They knew him as a great musician, but they did not see him as a person sitting on the road doing the same music. But Beethoven was one of those who never quit with a positive attitude of never quitting. It has rightly been said, if you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you lose, you're lost. If you think you're outclassed, you definitely are. Because life's battles don't always go to the strongest and fastest man. Sooner or later, the man who wins is the man who thinks he can. The man with the attitude of, I will do it. I will get what I want. I will make a success of my life. My life is going to be written with my thoughts, with my ideas, with my right attitude. And it's going to be a shining example for everyone. When John Kennedy sent the first person on the moon, he knew he could do it. He just had to ask the person, how long does it take to send the person on the moon? And how much does it cost? He didn't ask how much does it cost, how long. Person told him, and he said, okay, prepare to send a person on the moon. He did not ask for the cost. He did not ask for the challenges that would come along, nothing. He knew he had to send a person on the moon, and he did it. It was his attitude of knowing that he can do it, and he did it. Sooner or later, the man who wins is the man who thinks he can. And the man who thinks he can has the right attitude to think he can. He has made the right choice. And it is this attitude of yours that will help you to be afraid of nothing, to challenge every writ, so that you can say, with head held high, I walk the path, left behind footprints, not only on the sands of time, on the hearts of the people as well. Are you ready to embrace this magic word? Are you ready to adopt the right attitude? It is truly a magical word which sets your life at 100%. Are you ready? Yes, I can.
Yes,
I will do it. Are you convinced you can? To challenge every writ, to challenge people. So often they will tell you, it's in my destiny, I can't help it, it was written for me that way. No, that is written for you, but we challenge it and we write our own story. Are we ready for that? Is each one ready for that? We need to change our attitude, our thought process, our mindset to be able to be on the right track. And are they ready to adopt the magical word? Are we ready to hold our heads high and say, yes, I am ready for every challenge and I will face it head on? Are we ready for it?
Yes.
It's really awesome. If I have made a difference to anyone over here, I'll feel that I'm a winner. But if I have not made a difference to anyone over here, I'll come back again and tell you again. I won't leave you without you changing your mindset and your attitude, embracing the attitude of winning, embracing the attitude of getting there to your success, to making your life 100%. Thank you.
Very big round of applause for our speaker, please. Now, our coach Rashmi, she is going to give us feedback about this speech. Please welcome Rashmi.
When I started to listen Dhanu ma'am topic, what makes your life 100%. So I was very curious to know about like what things in our life can make 100% happier our life. And you started off with a question that it is life 100%, which got us thinking about the topic. Then you shown us the picture of iceberg and how can like we relate to our life with this phenomena. As we are just like the iceberg, 10% of the iceberg we can see with our naked eyes. It is visible only the 10% of iceberg we can see the eyes, and 90% is invisible. So same way our life also, the 10% of knowledge, skills or behavior we can see from the top, but the 90% like the hidden part of a person in their life is attitude. So I'm very impressed with that attitude is very important, which can make a success, failure and success in both ways. If like a teacher, they cannot be success if they don't have the good attitude. As a parent also, like if you have good attitude, you can be a good parent, salesman or the employer. So anyone in their life to be success or to succeed their life in a good way, you need a positive attitude to excel in their roles and in their job as well. Our quote you said that I loved most. It is attitude, not aptitude, that determines our attitude in life. Superior than money, your past, your education, your appearance, your beautifulness, or any gift or any skill. So your attitude is the topmost thing that you can represent yourself in a healthy way to the society. Life is not just about the ups and downs. It's not a party or not always a fun. It is a despair and pain as well. So you cannot control what happened to you. Some bad things can happen in your life, but if you have positive attitude, you have good attitude, you can face any challenge in your life. And you also shared an excellent story about three men and the differences in their attitude, the way they have given their reply. So according to like what we behave and how we respond to the people, to the society, you shows your attitude as well. And your attitude only that shows that which type of people you are, which type of life you're leading. You share a story of excellent personalities like Abraham Lincoln, Colonel Sanders, Beethoven, that how they have faced the challenges and they succeed in their life. Why? Because they have the positive attitude. They never see the back. They always try to keep themselves ahead. How many challenges they have faced and many times they have failed in their life, but their positive attitude and their determination, their hard work took them to the success life. They set have an example for us. So as we also, if we do positivity in their life and we'll be positive, we also can set a positive mind for other people. With all this, my favorite takeaways of the session, that ability. Ability is what like your ability, it shows how you do your work. Motivation determines what you do, how you do. And attitude determines how well you do it. So today I came to know that I knew that attitude is very important. But today the value of attitude I came to know. And whatever challenges we'll face in our life, we'll keep our positive attitude. So we'll be success in our life. Thank you. With that, over to you, Neelu ma'am.
Thank you, Rashmi.